Hello students, I am starting 7th chapter, Evolution. First we'll see definition of evolution. In biology, evolution is a change in which characteristic of a species over several generations and relies on the process of natural selection. Okay, we'll take one example to understand this definition. Long year ago, what giraffe were there? Probably they are having short neck. That short neck is enough to survive in that time. Okay, now we're in that environment. Sudden drastic change which has taken place. Because of that change, they need to adopt that new environment. So, they started eating juicy leaves which are present on tall plants. Short-necked giraffe, they cannot reach that tall plant. That's what they started stretching their neck. Then they started showing some modification. Wherein one of their next generation, we observed long-necked giraffe. And wherein their successive generation also, long-necked giraffe are formed. Then what we can understand? Environment is giving chance to that species to adopt that new environment. Nature is selecting that species. Why? Because that species are fittest one. Second definition is, that is evolutionary biology definition. The branch of life science which deals with two aspects. One itself is origin and the second one is evolution. Study of origin and evolution of that species, collectively we are calling it as evolutionary biology. Okay, what example we have taken? That giraffe example. Here again we can consider how long-necked giraffe is evolved, how it is originated, and what is its process of evolution. Study of these two aspects, we are calling it as evolutionary biology. Next theory is Big Bang theory. This theory explains about what is universe and what it includes. This Big Bang theory was proposed by Abbe Lemaitre in 1931. According to this scientist, universe is originated because of huge thermonuclear explosion. It is a physical matter, it exploded, then universe is formed. This concept is given by the scientist in this theory. And our universe is 20 billion year old one. Then slowly it has taken several billion year of time. Then Earth is formed. Earth is 4.5 billion year old one. In that time, that means when Earth is newly formed, in that time, what are the conditions? There is no proper atmosphere to origin of life. That's what? Soon after formation of Earth, there is no species. That means there is no organism. Then, because of high temperature, water, it is not in the form of liquid form. So, water vapors are present. Then methane, carbon dioxide gas, ammonia are present. So because of UV rays it is formed from the sun, water vapor which is there, it is going to split into hydrogen and oxygen free atom. Here hydrogen is a lighter gas, that's what it escaped from that atmosphere. Then slowly helium is also observed. Helium and hydrogen being lighter gas, they escaped from this atmosphere. Then, because of UV rays, nitrogen which is there in that time, that reacted with this hydrogen molecule. When nitrogen is going to react with 3 molecule of hydrogen, which is going to form ammonia. That's what that time ammonia is there. Then carbon and hydrogen molecules combines and they form methane. So because of photolysis reaction, that means solar energy when strikes this oxygen molecule, it is going to split into 2 oxygen free atom. That reaction we are going to call it as photolysis. Here photo means solar rays. That solar energy is going to split oxygen into 2 free oxygen atom. Now these free oxygen atom is going to combined with oxygen molecule and then ozone is formed. Next concept is origin of life. Here we are going to study different theories and those theories supports origin of life. That means how life is originated. That is explained by these different theories. In that, first theory is theory of panspermia. Here, pan refers to all, spermia refers to seeds. That means life originated from seeds. Here, many Greek thinkers like Plato, Aristotle and the most of astronomers, they thought that these spores or seeds which are precursor for life are a form of life or they are unit of life. Through that only organisms are evolved. This was given by theory of panspermia. Here basically this theory explain about life. According to this theory, life originated from spores, seeds or sperms. Here sperms refers to cosmozoa. How in the sense these cosmozoa seeds, they may present in other planet and they are landed on earth in the form of unit of life. Next theory, that is theory of spontaneous generation. According to this theory, life spontaneously originated from non-living things. That's what this theory is also called as abiogenesis. Abiogenesis refers to non-living things. Here, non-living things are the precursor for life. For a long time, it was also believed that life came out from decaying or rotting matter like straw, mud. Next theory is theory of biogenesis. In this biogenesis theory, life originated from pre-existing life. One example we can consider. Unicellular organism, when it divides, it is going to form 2 organisms. These newly formed organism or newly formed unicellular organisms are formed because of pre-existing organism. When pre-existing organism itself divides, it is going to form a new organism. And this theory was supported by many scientists like Louis Pasteur, Harvey and Huxley. We'll see one experimental evidence to understand biogenesis theory. Louis Pasteur experiment we can consider here. Louis Pasteur scientist, he has given experimental proof for this biogenesis theory. For this experiment, he has taken swan neck flask Why he called swan neck flask? Because its neck is somewhat S shaped and swan bird neck somewhat it is S shaped. That's what he called it as swan neck flask. Now here what he has taken in this flask? He has taken broth media. Then he allowed this flask to contact with atmospheric air. Then dust and some of the microbes which are there in atmosphere, they entered into this flask and they are in contact with this broth media. Later, he covered this flask neck with a cotton plug. Then, he boiled this media just to kill pre-existing life. Then, later he observed result. There is no growth of microorganism in this media. Why? Because there is no pre-existing cells. Why? Because he already boiled that media. That's what. No microorganisms are present and microorganisms are not observed in later result. Then he has taken same flask to observe biogenesis evidence. Now what he has done? He has allowed same microbes growth in this flask. Now he has not heated this flask, he kept like that only, and again he covered this flask neck with this cotton plug. Here also microorganism growth not observed. Why? Because pre-existing microorganisms are not there. Then later he broke this neck of this flask. When this S-shaped neck is detached from this flask, atmospheric air it is contact with this broth media. That means some of the dust particle microbes they entered into this flask and they are in contact with this broth media. Broth is a supportive media to grow this microbes. Then microorganisms started growing in this media. Later he observed microorganism growth. Why he observed microorganism growth? Because pre-existing cells are present and they are going to multiply and their number going to increase in this medium. Then later he has given one conclusion. Whatever growth of microorganism he observed, it is not spontaneous. That means here a biogenesis theory, what we observed, it is disproved by this theory, and this theory supports biogenesis, kind of origin of life. Here he concluded that growth of microorganism was not spontaneous and was probably only when seal was broken. Next theory, that is chemical evolution. This theory is also called as biochemical origin of life. This theory was proposed by Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England. But experimentally this theory was proved by S.L. Millers in 1953. Next concept is S.L. Miller's experiment. This is an experimental evidence for biochemical origin of life. In this experiment, Millers has considered same condition which were present in earlier Earth. In his laboratory, he built an apparatus, and in that experiment he has taken 2 round flasks. For one flask he has connected 2 electrodes, and wherein one flask he has taken water. These 2 flasks he has connected by glass tubes. Then in this flask he has taken methane, ammonia and hydrogen. Then here he has consider 800 degrees Celsius of temperature to understand chemical evolution of life. Why? Because wherein that time, wherein Earth, high temperature was there. Because of that high temperature, water, it is in the form of water vapor. That's what here also in his experiment, he has considered 800 degree high temperature. That means 800 degrees Celsius, that much temperature he has taken. Then here he connected these all glass tubes with this flask. Because of vacuum pump and because of this electrode, here electricity is produced. And some of the chemical reactions which are started taking place in this flask. Now what will happen? Water which is there in this flask will start boiling and they are going to produce us water vapors. Slowly these water vapors, they are going to collect in this flask. What is there in this flask? Just now water vapors, what they are produced, they will come and collect in this one. That means water vapors are present. Then hydrogen gas is there because he has taken in his experiment, as well as methane and ammonia. He has taken these all things in this flask. Now what will happen? These all four things, they will start reacting in this flask. Reaction which is going to take place in this flask. Whatever end products will produce from this reaction, they will come and collect in this tube. Then later chemical analysis of these end product reveals that organic compounds, the same organic compounds which are also present wherein meteorite. That means it is a kind of rock and it is present wherein that time, wherein that earth. And in that earth, whatever chemical reactions which are taking place because of methane, ammonia and hydrogen, such a chemical reaction is also going to take place wherein this experiment, because he has taken similar condition. And here he has not taken any of oxygen molecule. Why? Because in that time oxygen is completely absent. Such absence of oxygen, that atmosphere is called as reducing atmosphere. Here also Miller's considered reducing atmosphere in his experiment. Then organic compound like some of the protein, amino acid, carbohydrates are observed in this experiment. And later he concluded that there may be such a chemical reaction in that time. That's what. So these are all organic compounds. What it is formed because of inorganic molecules. They are the precursor for origin of life. First life what we observed on earth, it is non-cellular one. Non-cellular form of life is originated 3 billion years ago. Then these non-cellular organism or non-cellular form of life, what we observed in that time, probably they might have giant molecules in it. Giant molecules refers to RNA, protein and polysaccharides. They may present in non-cellular form of life. First cellular form of life is originated 2000 million years back. And what first non-cellular form of life we observed, that it is wherein water. That means in that time water is a suitable environment to form life. Theory of special creation. Name itself it is indicating life is originated by special power. This is one of the oldest theory and it was strongly supported by most of religions and civilization. According to this theory, all living beings on this earth were originally created by God or supernatural power. This theory has three connotations. First one is all living organisms created in same form. That means what living organism here we are observing? They are created in their original form only. Second one, diversity will be same in future also. At present generation, what diversity will be there, the same diversity will observe wherein next generation also, wherein future also same diversity will be there. And next third point is about Earth. According to Big Bang theory, Earth is formed 4.5 billion years ago. But theory of special creation says that Earth is about 4,000 years old. Here there is no experimental evidence to believe on this special creation. That's what these all points are strongly challenged during 19th century.